Big love from Baltimore. Salute, Deontay Stanley. Salute. What's shaking with you? What's good? What's good with you? There you go. 619 Cali Factor. Salute. TBABTMC. Salute. What's shaking my peoples, man? What's goody with you? Salute, salute, salute. What's shaking? I still gotta fix my camera, man. DePaul Turner, salute. Sabrina Macklin, salute. Boxing Gods, Christian Harar, salute. What's shaking my peopleizations, man? Philip Jackson, salute. Brandon Vision, Corey Anderson, New Jersey. What's shaking? What's shaking my peoples? Jermaine Smith, salute. What's shaking? Smash the like button as you come on in, man. We're going to have a special guest at 6 p.m. coming in. Rising superstar in the sport of boxing, Lorenzo Truck Simpson. You understands me. Eric Bowden, salute. Spence Jr. don't fear Porter. He literally just beat him to unify. That's how I feel. Bossman KD, Neb Rahuru, salute. What's shaking? What's shaking? What's shaking? Richard Smith, salute. Smash the like button, man. We see YouTube not sending out the notification, but that's all good. Just smash the like button. Pull counter boxing. Doom Brush, salute. What's shaking? I'm gonna get my co-host in here, Kurt Anderson, aka Kurt Sugar. We've been out a while, excuse me, pardon me, man, but I'm on the grind, man. Big LT, what's good? Jay Wills, constant grinding. Salute. Pardon me, man. I've been salute to 314 Street, St. Louis in the building. 314 St. Louis, stand up. Salute. Salute to the loot. Combo Breaker 99, salute. Kieran Alexa, salute. What's shaking? Smash the like button. Smash the like button. My peopleizations, what's good? Real boxing news, salute. Spence just got back from an accident. He needs a tune-up. Why Canelo fans say Canelo deserves a tune-up and not Spence. I don't know about that, bro. I feel like UK in the house. Salute, Doom Brush. He said UK in the building. Razal Thomas. Salute. What's shaking with you? Yeah, smash the like button, man. You see the numbers won't go around above 32 right now. That's because YouTube planning on not sending out the notifications. Share the live stream, share the video, smash the like button, man. Let's get it in. Let's get it in, man. Matthew Valentine, salute. What's good with you? Hey, y'all can hear me? Salute. Y'all can hear me, right? Yeah, smash the like button. If y'all don't know, man, y'all better, go do your research. Lorenzo Truck Simpson, I will be having him on. He will be on at 6 p.m. Austin Barnett, salute. 6 p.m. he will be on. So the grind don't stop. Y'all know what it is. Real Boxing News said, explain. Explain what? What you want me to explain? I missed your comment. Pardon me, bro. Real Boxing News. Tell me, say it again, man. J. Giovanni 86, salute. Woolbag, salute. TJ Sports Talk, salute. What I missed something, Real Boxing News, man. You said explain. I'm trying to, orchestrate some stuff at the same time I'm talking to you. So pardon me, man. Let me know what he said. Explain why Canelo fans want blacks to fight the best blacks. Whole Hispanics stay fighting while Hispanics stay fighting. I mean, because there's a misconception that Lawrence Ward, salute. I've been, salute. BBG, salute. There's a misconception that the Mexican fan base supports more than the African American fan base. Muhammad Moose, salute. Dustin Smith, salute. And so with that said, the African American boxers have to run the gauntlet, right? Bernard Burton, salute. They have to run the gauntlet. While other races, they get a pass. And that's nothing different than real life. So it's not a shot. El Elion, salute. It's not a shot. But it's up to us to make the adjustments. And on top of it, I've been said, explain why they fired Lou DiBella. I can't explain it because I don't know. I don't know, bro. Only Lou DiBella can explain it. I'm not in the back scenes with that type of situation. I don't know that type of information. That's too personal, so I don't get into that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as fact checkers, salute. Yeah, fact checker. I know everybody gonna ask me about this because Lou DiBella apparently, I didn't even see the interview, but apparently Lou DiBella stated that he was fired because Patrick Pinchant, salute. Terrence Gayden, salute. Real 6 SB90, salute. Apparently Lou DiBella, and I haven't heard the interview. This is what people have told me, that he stated that he was fired because he made he set up the interview or the situation with the zone, and he said that Team Wilder wasn't happy about it, and then he was outed after that. I don't know anything about that ins and outs. I haven't even heard the interview to hear exactly what Lou DiBella had to say, so I couldn't even tell you. I'm not sure. So I couldn't even tell you because I really don't even know what took place with that situation, and I never even asked. Actually, I seen Lou DiBella at many different events, and I didn't even ask him about that. It didn't even cross my mind to even ask him if he's working with him or not. I didn't even, to be honest, I didn't even realize he wasn't even working with him. Terrence Gayden, salute, to be honest. So what do you think will happen February 22nd? Fury dance all night or Wilder KO? I think that Deontay Wilder is going to get the knockout. I believe Tyson Fury when he say he's going to come forward, push forward, and press the action. I believe Tyson Fury. I believe that he's going to try, and I think that Deontay Wilder is going to knock him out. Deontay Wilder is going to get accustomed and adjusted to what Fury's doing. He's going to get his timing. He's going to slow the fight down at some point in time, and then I believe he's going to knock Tyson Fury out. I believe I believe that Tyson Fury at this point in time is in the mindset of just throw caution in the wind and hope it stick. Not Rojak, great gladiators. Kimono Beads, salute. Hope I said that right. John Wilson, E. Woodson, salute. I believe that this Tyson Fury game plan is throw caution in the wind. Hope that it sticks. His game plan is go in there, press the action, And he has a him or me added mindset right now. It's going to be him or me. That's the mindset I believe that Tyson Fury has right now. Spare no arrow, salute. Chris Smith, salute. That's the mindset I believe that Tyson Fury is in right now. So I think that I believe him. He said, I believe Canelo could beat everybody, but he just don't want to prove it. That's a mindset. If he can't, dog 215, salute. If he don't believe in himself, the sport of boxing is 75% mental, 25% physical. So if mentally Canelo Alvarez is not don't feel like he could be successful, that's the only reason why he's not taking the fights. David Scott III, salute. Because if he felt like he could win those fights, he would take those fights. So obviously he don't feel like he can win those fights, and so he don't take them. John Wilson, salute. I think that, there's hesitation. When there's hesitation, that's a problem. And so Canelo Alvarez has hesitation. Why does he have? He has the skills. I believe he got the skills. I believe, but he already lost. So that's even worse. So we can't even say he's hesitant because he don't want to lose his because he already lost. Edison Santos, salute. Pull counter boxing, salute. And he lost in the worst way. Kimono Bead said Lou DiBella will expose the Duck Squad. Okay. Expose them for doing what? Joshua Ellis, salute. Jafari Caesar, salute. There's so much disdain towards Deontay Wilder that people overlook facts. And any little thing that comes out, they try to grasp onto it and hold on to it. Oh, see, that there it goes right there. No. You can't erase history. Point blank and period. Okay? Eddie Hearn just recently came out once again and stated that us being too stubborn and trying to force the fight to be in the UK prevented the fight from happening. Point blank and period. So he just admitted that him and Joshua prevented the fight from happening. So stop trying to hold on to any little thing you can, making up your own reality to why the fight didn't happen, or he's afraid of this. He ain't afraid of nobody. Stop it. Salute to my brother Matthew Valentine in the super chat. He said Lou set up the meeting with the Zone and Wilder without inviting Finkel and Al. Grimy behind his team's back. Bomb squad. Oh, okay, see, I didn't even know all that. Salute to my brother Matthew Valentine. Like I said, I didn't hear the ins and outs, and I've seen Lou DiBella. I've been with Deontay Wilder, obviously. I've been around Shelly Finkel, team. I didn't even think to ask them about that, to be honest. So that's why I don't know nothing about it. So it's news to me when Lou DiBella comes out and says this. It's news to me when Lou DiBella says stuff like that, because I truly don't know. Ancestral Race, salute. Ivy Webb, peace and blessings. Queen, how you doing? BBG, salute. He said, my brother BBG said, more Duck and Andre, LOL, nobody could ever take that serious. Yeah, Chi-Town's finest, salute. I don't believe that Jamal is avoiding Demetrius Andre at this point. I do believe that he feel like there's better offers on the table. I think that's the reason. Playboy Marley, salute to you, bro. Chi-Town's finest, salute. Home improvements and repairs, salute. I think that's probably, Duke, salute. My brother Duke in the building. What's good? H-Town 713, salute. Damian Forster, Octagon Blog, salute. What's shaking? How am I missing my peoples? Muhammad Moose, salute. Chase the Coin, salute. Why am I not seeing y'all to the last second? Ohio Run Boxing, my brother, what's shaking with you? Bunny Bad A, salute. What's shaking? Easy P, salute. Michael James 616, salute. So, I truly, Armin Wright, salute. I truly can only give y'all information on that based off of what I know, and I don't know too much about it. TQ React, salute. So I'm not trying to indulge in it because I really don't know. John Berrien, salute. Adari T, peace and blessings to you, Queen. Yeah, of course they're gonna say that, Adari T. Somebody just was in the right now, and they're gonna expose Deontay Wilder for ducking what? Like Mayflower David, Garland Chappelle, salute. Underrated Darkness, salute. I guess people just facts holds no merit. You could just go around and make up your own reality, and that's reality. I guess if you make up your own reality, it's reality, right? Railroad 6 SB90, what offers out there for Charlo? Eddie Hearn personally sent Jamal Charlo an offer via via email. He contacted him via social media. Underground Asylum, salute. DJ, salute. He contacted him via social media, and then he sent him an offer via email. Jethro Bodine, salute. And then the offer is $7 million. And apparently, according to Eddie Hearn, they're willing to do the deal for Andre versus Charlo on DAZN, or they're willing to give Jamal Charlo the same offer to go to Showtime and the PBC or Fox. So this is what they're referring to. And again, I believe that if that's the offer, Jamal should say, okay, let's do it here on PBC and Fox. It's a huge fight for him. There's no bigger fight he could get that's going to come to fruition. Jamal Charlo versus Chris Eubanks Jr. is not a bigger fight than Jamal and Andre. Tony Justiano, salute to you, my brother. Where you been at? That's not a bigger fight than Andre. And the only fight that he could get that's bigger than that is Canelo or Gennady Golovkin. And neither one of them are willing to fight anybody. That's just the facts of the matter. Oh, you saying, oh, sorry, Real 6 SB90. Pardon me. I read your comment all wrong, my brother. Unstoppable Force 101, salute. You meant what offer can he get bigger than Andre? None. You're right, none. I can't see a situation where he could get a bigger offer. Frank White 103, salute. He said Chris Eubanks is much more known than Andre, boss man. Sorry, my guy. Frank White 103. I don't know what you must be living in the UK. Ain't nobody nobody knows Chris Eubanks Jr. more than they know Demetrius Andre in the States, bro. Sorry. Adrian Foe, salute. That's yeah, in the UK. Listen, the UK is not bigger than Texas, bro. It's not. Frank White said I'm from Cleveland. So UK is not bigger than Texas, bro. Fresh Boy, salute. It's not. So he don't look. It's considered a country, but in the States, it's not bigger than the state in our country. So it doesn't matter he has a country behind him because the UK is not that big. So it's like Jamal. If that's the case, Jamal has a country behind him, Texas, and Jamal and Jamal, they fight in Brooklyn as well as they fight in Texas. So you combine Brooklyn, because Brooklyn is huge. So you combine Brooklyn and Texas, that's bigger than the UK. So Jamal has a country behind him. You see what I'm saying? If you want to be technical, and I get what you're saying, Frank White, because he does have a country behind him. And here's the thing, and I know where Frank White is going with this, and I understand. Trick Noty, salute. Reese Bro, salute. Because the UK do the sport of boxing proceed. So essentially, the entire so you're right, Frank White. Let me tell you why you're right. Because you combine Texas and Brooklyn together, but everybody in Texas and Brooklyn is not going to support boxing. But just about everybody in the UK is going to support the sport of boxing. So you're right. But he's still not bigger than Andre here in the States because you got all the states combined. So Andre is, and he's known in the UK as well. So Tone Bangers, what's good with you? Malik Bow, salute. So he's known in the States and here. So essentially, you see what I'm saying? Seen and unseen boxing, salute. So Eubanks is not, he's known in the UK, but he's not known in the States. TK reacts. Salute. TQ react. Salute. Toby plays. Salute. What do you think about the whole Lou DiBella situation? Again, I'm a say this. Yeah, you're right, Frank White. Only hardcore boxing fans know Andre. You're right. GB boxing. Salute. But enough boxing fans in the States are just as big as the boxing fans in the UK. So as far as Chris Eubanks goes, again, so let's address this Lou DiBella situation. I'm not fully knowledge about this entire situation. I didn't see the interview. I never asked Deontay. I never asked Shelly Finkel. Actually, I never asked nobody in Deontay's team about this. Sabrina Macklin, salute, peace and blessings to you, Queen. I never asked anybody about this regarding the Wilder and Lou DiBella, and I never even asked Lou DiBella. So him saying this is news to me. And then 10-8 round, salute, Kane Brown, salute. And then people actually telling me this. I didn't even get I just got people giving me, bits and pieces like, yo, and then you're gonna get Lowland Prophet, salute. Where you been at, bro? AJRX, salute. Obviously we're gonna get people that hit me up in my DMs and I told you your boy Wilder was ducking Joshua, and I don't even know what they're talking about. Montreal, Virginia Beach, salute. Dallas J, salute. Apparently, Lou DiBella said that he set up the meeting with the Zone, and him setting up the meeting with the Zone kind of burnt bridges between him and Deontay Wilder and the team. So I don't even know. Easy P, salute. So, but again, of course, people are going to take that and say, see, I told you he didn't want to fight Joshua. But again, Joshua's not indulged and completely signed with the Zone. He's still on a fight-by-fight basis with the Zone. Jewels of Life, salute. So people just fail to mention these things. He's on a fight-by-fight basis with the Zone. So let's say Deontay and the Zone came out and apologized for not fully acknowledging Deontay Wilder's full potential and full worth. I mean, I don't know how much, like, it just becomes, it's not even like Tyree Brown Jr., salute. Jafari Caesar, salute. It's not even like people, Mosquito, salute. Like people just refuse to acknowledge fact. You get the Zone to come out and say, listen, we didn't realize his potential and his true worth, and we apologize to him. That means that the deal wasn't worth what they should have offered him, right? They admitted that. Then just yesterday, Roy Babineau, salute. Just yesterday, Eddie Hearn comes out and says, me and Anthony Joshua tried to force Wilder to come to the UK too much, and instead of, just getting the fight done, we tried to force his hand and the fight didn't get done. That's on us. That's our fault. Okay? Again, Andre Webb, salute. Appreciate you. Jimmy Crummel, salute. So again, they admitting wrong, fault, right? So but you get people that's going to continue. Quan, salute. Aaron Whitaker, salute. So you're going to get people that continue to just want to overlook that conveniently, just to blame Wilder, because they don't. I tell you guys this all. People don't like truth. They don't like truth, right? People people don't like truth. They don't want it. Truth. Listen. Reality and truth are two things that people don't like. Stormy B Man, salute. Horatio Drago, salute. They don't like it. They don't like it. Give you another thing, right? Another example. You go to the movies, you watch sports, if you go to people do different things to entertain themselves, right? Let's just say that. Why do you feel emotionally attached to athletes, actors, singers, musicians, entertainers. Why? Snookster, salute. Grant Hovey, salute. I'm going to tell you why. Damian Foster, salute. Salute to my brother Henry Brown in the super chat. None of them can see my boy Dubose and Bud about to be undisputed like Blue Blood always say. South Bronx. Yes, sir. MC Shan, salute. Salute to my brother Henry Brown. Right? Snookster Austin, salute. John Sun, salute. So I'm going to give you a TK React, salute in the super chat. Crazy how Joshua wants 80-20 split, right? Yeah, I mean, he's saying he said 70-30, you know, Damian Foster, salute. So I'm gonna give y'all some examples. Why people don't like truth, or why you feel so attached to entertainers. This entire situation with Kobe Bryant, right? It touched the hearts of so many. You go on Instagram, you would think that these people know him personally, but you do know him personally because you emotionally attached to them, even if it's through a screen, even if it's through, you know, you go to a sporting event, you know, things of that nature, right? Because what does entertainment do? It detaches you from reality. It detaches you from truth, right? So you get emotionally invested in entertainers. Henry Brown, salute. In the super chat, he said, "Real talk, LL Cool J is a bit biter." Ask MC Shan. Yeah, facts. So you get emotionally attached because emotionally it detaches you from reality. So people don't like truth. So if I give you what's, I have to give it to you in my opinion. Samuel Curitin, salute. Elvis Henson, salute. Right? So people don't like truth. It's not that people always recognize greatness and appreciate greatness. They do. But how do you identify greatness? Because you have to be detached from reality for so long that you're able to identify and separate greatness from good and from bad, because you have been detached so long in so many. However, football, basketball, baseball, boxing, anything. Eric R, salute. Tay Brown, peace and blessings, Queen. How you doing? Entertainment is just detach you from reality. After you finish watching the movie in the movie theaters, right? You sit there and you're detached. You living in fantasy. TQ React, salute in the super chat. Mayweather broke boxing making all that money. Yeah, he did. No, he actually elevated boxing. Black Thanos, salute. So people don't like reality. So the Wilder Joshua situation for people that's Joshua fans, because Joshua is their source of entertainment. He's their source of detaching them from reality. After you watch Anthony Joshua on the big stage and performing however you perceive him as performing, you go back into reality, into real life. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you somebody like me, right? So you don't want to believe Anthony Joshua could operate in a certain manner because you're emotionally invested in him. Right? You're emotionally invested in him. And so what happens is when somebody like myself, I say, well, Joshua didn't want that fight. So you can't even see through the fog because you're emotionally attached to him. And then when I start to put the wipers on you and to clear it away, then you just then it becomes a point of just refusing. Now it becomes a point of you just refusing to see it. That's when you get comments and stuff that starts to make no sense. If you get the zone, first of all, I tell people this. They say, "Oh, Joshua offered Wilder $100 million." No, he didn't. He never offered him $100 million. He can't offer him $100 million. That's false. That couldn't have been no more furthest thing from the truth. But because you're living in fantasy land, you live in fantasy land, fiction land, the world of make believe, right? P. Depps, salute. So he can't offer him 100 million, and he's not signed to the zone. So Deontay Wilder signing to the zone essentially doesn't guarantee you a Joshua fight. It puts you in the same position. The only difference is now Deontay Wilder is locked down to a certain platform. That's the only difference. Because Joshua, Eddie Hearn told me this himself, right? Omega Dean 96, salute. He told me this himself, right? Anthony F, salute. And then on top of it, he does other interviews in which he reiterated the same sentiments when he stated about Dillian White. Sometimes the zone chooses to pick up Dillian White's fights. Sometimes they don't. It's just Joshua is too big of a star for the zone not to pick it up. Aaron Parker, salute. You understand? So he's still on a fight-by-fight basis. His only obligations truly is to Sky Sports. It's to Sky Sports, not the zone. It's a fight-by-fight basis. It's just the fact that he's such a big star. Why wouldn't the zone be silly not to pick up his fights? So that's why the zone pick it up. But if Anthony Joshua turns around and says they can't, it's like I'm not going to do this on the zone. They can't. There's nothing the zone can do about that. So Deontay Wilder signing to the zone doesn't guarantee an Anthony Joshua fight. Number one streetwear, salute. Am I making sense? Sean Scott, salute. So when people say, well, he could have signed with the zone and he turned down the Joshua fight, that didn't have nothing, that they didn't, the two didn't correlate. They didn't correlate. Henry Brown, salute to you, my brother in the super chat. He said, you love to hear the story again and again of how it all got started way back then. The moment is right in your face. Sit and listen for a while. The name of the place, Matchroom Boxing. Yeah, salute to my brother Henry Brown in that super chat. You understand? So people don't like to hear the truth. So if I tell you, no, he didn't sign. The zone had no true they didn't play a part in Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. Lacey Duffy, salute. And then people get upset. Oh, Blue don't know what he's talking about. This. It's because, right? I'm living in a world of reality, and that's the difference. And nothing wrong with that, because I like to be entertained just like the next person. I'm a human being. It helps us escape reality. Warren Johnson, salute. Mark Miller, salute. It's just the facts. I'm just telling you facts, right? You're better suited with Wilder as a free agent. The chances of getting the Wilder Joshua fight is better for him to stay a free agent opposed to him locking down to a network. Because guess what? Tim Cullimore, salute. If Wilder would have signed to a big deal and Joshua could have felt slighted, oh, why the zone is giving him this and catering to him, I'm not dealing with the zone. Guess what? Now ain't nothing Deontay Wilder could do because he has obligations to them. Just giving you true facts. JJ the Enlightened One, Harold Jones, Sir Lord Benjamin Wilson, salute. And people just don't like it. KP from KC, salute. I'm not making up stuff. People just come to listen. I put up when Sean Porter stated that now listen to what Sean Porter said. He said that we having a party over here. Why would we go sign to the other side of the street with Terrence Crawford and hope to have fun when we having a party over here? Now Terrence Crawford is all welcome to come over here and join the party, and we'll gladly welcome him. Then Sean Porter stated the fight that people want to see is myself versus Crawford or myself versus Pacquiao. Or Pacquiao and Crawford, right? So doesn't that mean Sean Porter is saying essentially he wants to fight Terrence Crawford? It's just called reading between the lines. That's all it is. Henry Brown, salute in the super chat once again. He said once Kalnaki sleeps Wilder, then what? AJ is hype. I don't think Kalnaki gonna beat Deontay Wilder by no stretch of the imagination. Joey Montaigne, salute. The Fab 19, salute. Isaac Penrose, salute. So Then I tell people read between the lines, and then well, no, he ain't say that. He just said he could join the party. I mean, if you can't understand what I'm saying, William Old School on that, salute. I don't get it. Quan 43, my brother, what's good? I don't get it. Like I don't get it. So then a dude goes on and said, "No, yo, Blue, you all you do is make up clickbait stuff, huh? What clickbait? Because I put my titles up reading between the lines. It's not hard. Peace and blessings, Sierra F. Peace and blessings, Queen. Simon Carr, salute. Right? Please, somebody enlighten me. What? I don't get it. I'm just trying to get it with those that try to get it like me, man. Right? And so then when Sean Porter put up the post and he included everybody but Terrence Crawford, I addressed that. Like I don't like what you want me to do? And then I was called a so-called reporter. Okay. Jay Cooley, my brother, what's shaking with you? You can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make it up. Can't make this stuff up. Henry Brown, that super chat once again, man. Okay, Blue, is that a bet? There you go, my brother Kurt Anderson. If so, we betting burpees. Let's do it, man. You want to see me out of shape? I ain't got to worry about it because I know how that's going to play out. My brother Kurt Anderson, a.k.a. Kurt Sugar, a.k.a. the historian, a.k.a. my bro and co-host. What's shaking, Kurt?
Hey, Blue, what's going on with you, man? What's going on?
Ain't nothing, man. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling much better, man. I'm feeling much better. I wasn't feeling that well, last week and a couple of days ago, but I'm feeling much, much better. We got some boxing tomorrow. Feels funny having a card on a Thursday, but it's great though. Can't wait, man. Demetrius Andrade tomorrow with Kevin Farmer and versus Jojo Diaz.
I can't wait, man. Asim Khan, salute. Jamal Maxwell, salute. Elliot Graham, salute. Who else we got? Malik Singer, salute. Sir Ken, salute. Warren Johnson, what's good? What's good, my peoples? So Curry, I was just talking about a few things. We're gonna have Lorenzo Truck Simpson on at 6 p.m. He'll be coming on at 6 p.m. So but I was talking about, I didn't really have too much insight on the situation with Lou DiBella apparently stating that he was fired for setting up the deal with Deontay Wilder and the Zone, and then I really can't. I really don't know the ins and outs. I didn't even hear the story. I didn't see the interview, but apparently he said that he was trying to make him more money, and he burned the bridge between himself and Team Wilder. So, but I didn't see the interview. Raul Monzon, salute. And then I was talking about Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford situation. But what you think about that? Lou DiBella saying it. Did you hear anything about that?
I haven't heard much about that situation, man. But because it's just circling the wagons, man. The situation goes round and round with Joshua and Porter. I'm just all over the place. I just want to see these fights being made. I want to see the Wilder Joshua fight made, but it's just a lot of posturing, man. Let's see what happens February 22nd. With Joshua. The only thing I heard, he wants 70%, which is ridiculous. When a fighter says that, then he doesn't really want to fight because there's no way in heck he's getting 70% against a Deontay Wilder, especially if Deontay Wilder win in dramatic fashion with Harper's profile. So it's just a lot of he say this and turn that. They're playing games, man, and they continue to play games. If I was Wilder, I would ignore them, man. And fight who I can fight, you know, because it doesn't make sense. We have to go through all this. That fight should have been made. Excuse me. But you know, after Fury, you know, because Joshua's going to fight Pulev in May or June. That's what I heard. So you know, I'm not interested in that fight because I already know the outcome. But let's just see what happens at a later year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, salute to Henry Brown on Super Chat again. Sugar Tank Davis still running. He asked a question mark. And then he said Bud is like Michael Jordan. You know, yeah, it's just you know, at one day Joshua was saying like he's talking like the fight absolutely must happen. Maurice McElroy, salute. Timothy Jacobs, salute. And then the next day it's like, well, what has Wilder done for a 50-50? So it's like, and then again, people just refuse to accept reality. You know, like he's saying this. Deontay Wilder's not even talking, and yet you get people still like, how could you listen to Joshua say this and then actually take that and not even it's like how could you even roll with that? Ty King of Lies, salute, bro. How could you roll with that? You see what I'm saying? How could you roll with that, Kurt? Like how could you? This dude is he just said one day in an interview, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to get the deal done so we can fight in 2020 because the fight must happen in 2020. This is from Joshua. I'm not saying this. Kurt didn't say it. Deontay ain't say it. This is Joshua. And then the next day, 48 hours later, he says, well, they're gonna have to explain to me why I need to give him a 50-50 split because I think I should get 70-30. And then he goes on to say, well, you know, the fight will happen at some point in time, and you know, he hasn't done anything in his career. He should be further along. You know, I'm doing all the heavy lifting. Like how could you listen to that? And go ahead, Kurt.
Nah, he's delusional, man. You just lost being a 20-1 prohibitive favorite. So how you doing the heavy lifting? Well, you know, you think you're this big star, you're not. You got your title back because the guy you fought without a shade. You know, Wilder is on a knockout streak and he has a lot of momentum. You know, his last two fights especially, you know, he's undefeated. What they're trying to do, they're trying to undermine him. You know, you ain't getting those 70%. You gave Parker 33%. So, you know, you're playing mind games and you want it to work, but it ain't going to work, man, because Wilder ain't going to go near that offer. And for people who say Wilder's ducking, you know, that's just asinine because Wilder is the fighter that, to me, is the favorite to beat him. And to not only beat him, but knock him out, you know, and I believe Wilder is the better fighter. You know, to call Joshua a bum, he's not a bum, you know, but he's a very flawed fighter. He's been knocked out once. He'll be knocked out again. I won't be surprised 2 more times by 2 different opponents, you know, so, you know, I just think Hearns in his ear tell him, say this and that. You know, you know, Joshua said the fight is going to be made on Monday, and then Tuesday he'll change his mind, you know, for throwing out a ridiculous number that he wants. And that's how you stall a fight. That's how you know, kill the fight by saying you want, you know, ridiculous demands, you know, because you know he ain't going to agree to it, you know, so, and then tell people, you know, Wilder don't want to fight. And you got people who really believe that crap.
Mm-hmm. Kurt, it's like this. Salute to the LJ fighter in the super chat. He said, Blue, salute to the grind. Salute to you, King. Fighting Quad, salute. Ladarian Austin, salute. It's like this. This is what I always say, Kurt. I could be selling a Lamborghini. We know the going rate for it, right? It's just like we know the going rate to get Deontay Wilder in the fight. At this point in time, you know, especially he beat Tyson Fury, you know what it's going to take to get the fight over the finish line, right? So it's like a Lamborghini. I'm selling a Lamborghini, right? You know, everybody, you know it, Kurt. Everybody in this chat, you know just about the going rate. You're talking at least 200K, 150 to 200. I come to you with $10,000 and say, hey, I want to buy this Lamborghini. Victor Wiggins, salute. I want to buy this Lamborghini. And I say, no, thank you. And then you walk away and say, well, he don't want to sell it. He don't want to sell the Lamborghini. He said he wanted to get it off his hands, but he don't want to sell it. I made him an offer. And then you get people that you made him an offer, yeah. And then people go and take it, Pito Frescobar, salute. They take it and they run with it and say, yep, he made him an offer. See, he didn't want to get rid of it. He really want to keep it. What are we talking about? Mr. 1535, salute. Chris Brown, 45, salute. You understand what I'm saying, Kurt? Sometimes you can make an offer for the sake of saying you made an offer. That don't mean it's a serious offer. That don't mean it's a offer that you really mean business. There's a reason why businessmen say, or when people sell stuff and they say serious offers only. Because you get people, you could put up a price of a car. You could say, I'm selling this car for $10,000. And then you get people all the time, even in ads and newspapers, whether it's a car fact, wherever it's at, right? They say serious offers only, right? Because then you get people to come, oh, I'll give you $500. What are you talking? You're not even trying to negotiate, right? It's one thing you come and you say, it's one thing if you come, Rico, salute, Brian Ijeku, salute. It's one thing you come in, John Burke, salute. You come and you say, well, I got 8,500, and I'm offering, and I'm saying I want to sell it for 10,000. Now we can start to negotiate. Hey, I might say, listen, I ain't taking nothing under 10. And you go, oh, I'll give you 9,000. Now we negotiate. But when you come in here and you start off negotiations with something that's not even realistic, you don't want to buy it. Period. And Deontay Wilder's been a champion longer than anybody in the sport of boxing. 2 months before Gary Russell became a champion. Raymond Max, Luke. So you get the guys that he's been a champion this long. He's the longest reigning champion in the sport of boxing right now. He holds the most coveted belt in the sport, the WBC. He's undefeated. He knocked out any and everybody he's faced. And if those 2 fights, he knocked them down at least. He's the most exciting athlete in all the sports right now. He's must-see TV because it's so dramatic. It's so much dramatic. You don't know when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen. BH, salute. So BH said, Wilder ain't never unified, though. You see, this is because you don't really know the ins and outs of what took place in the sport. So it's better for us to just educate on ourselves before we say stuff like, Wilder ain't never unified, though. Why he never unified? It takes 2 to tangle. It takes 2 to tangle. But Kurt, we're gonna you can go ahead and cook. I'm gonna go ahead and
You know, there wasn't too much, you know, BS going on, you know, like Joshua, you know, got his fans delusional and everything. And listen, man, I just want to see the fight. You know, I stopped paying attention to post and what I've been hearing because it's always something. There's always some type of shenanigans going on, you know, with Hearn and Joshua, man. And, you know, this fight is important for Wilder because if he loses, you can forget about it. You know, they're going to throw everything at him saying, you lost, but Joshua lost, him being a 20-1 favorite. So if I was Wilder, I would use that against him to get leverage on negotiating the fight. But Joshua ain't trying to fight him. He's going to make it hard. You really think Joshua going to jump in the ring with Wilder if Wilder knocks out Fury or dominates him on February 22nd? You know, Hearn saying only 60% tickets are sold already. See, that's that mind game, you know, always trying to undermine him, you know, and you know. So that's why Wilder got to keep the pressure on by winning. You keep pressure on just by winning. You know, Wilder don't got to say too much, man, because, you know, I just feel that we all know, real boxing fans know that he deserves 50-50. And this is a guy who lost, you know. So, you know, Joshua lucky he getting 50-50. But since he think he's the A side, and I don't know what people, you know, I'm tired of Joshua, man. This is what makes me not like him, because when he turned pro, I was interested. I said, let me see what he got. I had nothing against him. You know, then I don't know, for some reason he just started irritating me, man. It has nothing to do with where he's from. Because I like boxers from the UK as well as the United States. But, you know, he thinks he's this diva megastar, and he's not. So, you know, Wilder has to be Fury, get him out the way. You know, and I just want Wilder to be focused, because, you know, it may not be an easy fight, you know, but I still like Wilder for knockout, but you can't underestimate anybody. You know, see some crazy things in boxing. And I'm going to tell you guys something, man. You Errol Spence fans might not like this, and I want to see Earl at his best, but I had a premonition, man. It was deep. The premonition was I seen Earl getting off the deck. I can't tell you who or what fight, his next fight or the fight after that, you know, but I just seen him when I was asleep. I just seen him getting off the canvas.
Hey, Kurt, we got truck on. There you go. There you go. What's shaking with you, champ?
It's good. Who that just was?
Man. That's my co-host right there, Kurt Anderson.
Oh, it's good.
Hey, good. Hey, Trump, man. What's good with you, man?
No, I'm chilling, recovering the law.
Man, yo, who it is, man? We got the future of the sport of boxing on, man. Lorenzo Truck Simpson, man. Absolute beast in the sport, man. One of my favorite fighters, man. You know, go ahead, Truck, just tell them a little bit about yourself.
Up and rising prospect, multinational amateur champion, big amateur standout. Got a lot of honorable mentions by some of the best in the boxing game ever: Floyd Mayweather, Deontay Davis, Crawford, Hurd, all the big known guys. They've been in the ring with all of them. Just 7-0, 4 knockouts, on the way up.
Yes, sir, man. Absolute animal, man. Listen, man, I saw that you could fight in any manner, man. You know, you could box from the outside. You showed that you can be a dog on the inside. A lot of power, a lot of explosion. You know what I mean? It seemed like a lot of y'all down there in that area have a lot of explosion, man. A lot of that power, man. I liken it to in football. You know, in Florida, the Florida boys in football is different, man. And it seemed like y'all have that explosion, that power down there, man. You could is that something y'all practice, work on, or it's just natural?
I think the grit part that you talking about, like you referring to, I think that's just natural from where we come from just coming where we come from, and we willing to give it all to win or to get what we want. So I think the grit part was just natural. I had to actually, like, for me being in a lot of places and experiencing a lot of things, I actually had to work on the boxing part and like the skill and the technique of the boxing part. But the grit part, being a dog, standing there and banging it out and willing to tree for tree or slip a shot and come back with a harder shot, or even get hit and come back with a harder shot, that came natural to me.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kurt, you got something for him?
Yeah, taking a look at your last fight, you know, I like to break down styles of fighters, and I look at boxing like a neurosurgeon operating. I noticed that, your body, seems to be like really muscular. And you being 19, I believe your birthday is in March, and fighting in the super middleweight division, it's early to tell, but I could see you, growing out the division, but I don't want to jump the gun too early, because there's, you got work to do in the super middleweight division. You're very young. We had coaches on, Coach Sidney Ellis and Calvin Ford, you and Lee Hawkins and Tank Davis. Just tell the people what's your favorite punch. Do you play a certain style or a certain fighter that you look up to?
Well, Kurt, he had 54.
What I said?
You were saying super middleweight.
I'm sorry, junior middleweight.
Yeah, I could. It's definitely a possibility of me growing out of it because me being so young that it's definitely a possibility. Like you wouldn't be wrong for saying that, because it's definitely a possibility. Like most of the pros that we know and that's known, they already grown men, so like they ain't grown no more. So it's definitely a possibility of me growing out. And a specific punch, I don't know. I've been working on my jab a lot. I see how much the jab gets, how far the jab get you. So my favorite punch used to be like a hook, but now it's starting to be the jab, just because I see how important it is. And man, it's just awesome. It's awesome having Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny. I just think like y'all judge trainers off of fighters, which not really wrong, but in a sense, kinda, because sometimes the fighter can't demonstrate all the things that the coaches know, or if the fighter miss weight, that's something the fighter got to do. That a lot of people tend to throw it on the coaches. They ain't got nothing to do with them. This is our job. So I feel like the coaches get based off of the fighters all the time, and somewhat that ain't always true. But they two are awesome guys.
No, dude. He said that you have a muscular physique, you have a big physique, but it's funny, right? Because when I watch you in the ring, you do look big, right? But when we went to dinner, you don't look that big.
Yeah.
So it's like weird, like, you know what I'm saying? But do you lift weights and stuff like that, or it's just calisthenics?
The highest weights I probably lift is probably like 50 pounds. I don't really. Yeah, I just do like running, a lot of cardio, calisthenics, a lot of push-ups, like different push-ups do, and I play with a lot of the bands and stuff like that.
Wow, so it's just basically calisthenics.
Yeah, I don't never like max out or none of that.
Wow, so go ahead, Kurt.
You're looking at the last fight. This is my opinion. I like to see young fighters have a hard, tough fight. Because when you have a young fighter like yourself, and he's knocking out everybody 1 to 2 rounds, you don't learn anything. But I always like to see young fighters have a hard fight, have an opponent that fight back. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how did you rate your performance in that fight?
1 to 10, I give it a 5, probably half. I displayed that I could just simply go move in and box. I showed the little things. I did what I did to win and win clearly. But it was a lot of things that me and my team know that I could have did. I could have executed on way better. I could have did way more. But I give it a 5. It's only half. That was only probably half for me. It was a lot of things I could have did. That was just natural ability. Me just simply just being in there, like not thinking, just being in there. So if you see what I can do, just being in there, then just keep following me. You know that I got a lot more coming.
Now, a lot of people feel like it's a lot of pressure when they fight at home. You fought at home in your backyard. You fought on multiple cards. You was on the DAZN card, right? You fought the Barclays Center. Now you pretty much you getting all that experience, man. So by the time you get to a certain level, all of that's behind you. Do you think you getting all of that out the way right now? So when you get under, like Floyd always say, once you get under them big lights, it's different. But you under the big lights already early in your career. So you think that that's going to help you?
Yeah, definitely. I think that was one of our plans coming in, to get all the little things and be the most prepared. Like a lot of these people jump in these fights jumping these like world championship fights 21, 22, trying to beat somebody's record, or trying to prove something that you don't really have to prove.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my own plan, my own way to go. I want to make sure I'm the most well prepared to go in there. So when it's time for me to take over that, it won't be no doubt or I'm scared to fight this or the lights took me or none of that. That's why I'm fighting these opponents that barely get knocked out. These opponents that's durable. Why I'm 19? Because when I get my grown man strength and I put these combos together, no age, no person is going to be able to take it for long. So I'd rather do it while I'm 19 and see how to push myself to the furthest ability. So that was definitely our plan. The lights and everything, ticket sales, everything. Who y'all ever seen had that many people there early to a Showtime fight or to any card that big? All them people that come, it was almost halfway filled by the time I fought, and I fought on the Showtime stream, the first one.
And I can attest to that because I was there. So, but but not even that, because I was at your fight that you put on in your backyard, and it was people was standing outside.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like a shopping center and everything outside. And people was standing at the shopping center like it was filled to the capacity. You know what I mean? And man, that's big, man. That's big, and you show a lot of poise and respect for the sport early. Because like you said, there was a lot of people at the Barclays Center. But like you said, we already saw you have big cards at home, so you've been in there with big crowds already. So, but you show a lot of poise in the ring, man, for somebody that's only 19 years old, with so much power. Sometimes we see boxers fall in love with their power, but you was hitting the dude with big punches, but he wasn't going, so you just stuck to the game plan. You didn't get frustrated or you didn't get outside the game plan. You just stayed calm, cool, and collective, and stuck to the game plan, man. Could you just tell the people a little bit about that, being only 19 and being able to do that?
Yeah, so a lot of young people, we start hitting guys because we typically faster. Start hitting guys, we try to like put all our strength in. So most of the time, if we gonna be realistic, our knockouts not gonna be there. Sometimes they're not gonna be there. Sometimes they're gonna present themselves. Sometimes they're gonna be just one punch and that person just gonna be out. When you got one of them guys that you hitting him with everything and he not going nowhere, don't try to just unload everything. You gas yourself out. Now you can't fight no more, or start discouraging yourself about hitting hard, or you might start thinking you don't hit that hard. Just keep calm, stick to the game plan, win and win phenomenal.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, Chuck, how often do you train? Every day? You take Sundays off? Just tell the people, often do you be in the gym and, let's say a week, 5, 6 days, or every day?
So when I'm not in camp, I train every day, once or maybe twice a day. Probably once like on a boxing skillful tip, and just probably like basketball or something. Always doing something active when I don't have a date. But when I have a date, it's 2 to 3 times a day. So like probably 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, 11 or 12, and then 5. So that's 3 times a day. I always take Sundays off. Sundays is for recovery. That's just how I always been since a kid. Sundays, just chill, relax. Watch football when football is on. Watch basketball, relax, chill with the fam, have a little fun. Recover, get ready back for Monday, a hard week.
Is that hard for you, being 19 and having to take a whole day off like Sunday and not do nothing?
A lot of times, yeah. A lot of times, yeah. Blue got me and Blue have a very close relationship, so he know my uncle and all that. It'd be very hard for me just to stay still. But once I get I'm getting a little older and starting to understand that recovery is just as important as training. But sometimes I don't like to hear it. I just like to get up and just keep working. But hey.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Since your last fight, do you have, for this year, 2020, how many times would you like to fight this year, Troy?
At least 6. At least 6 I want to get in there. Because sometimes we're not going to be able to get the opponents that we want that's durable. Sometimes we might get guys that we got clipped. So I might could throw in a little extra bit of there, extra little fights. If I get like some first round knockouts, I could come right back. So at the least, I would give it 5 or 6.
Go ahead, Kurt.
And who got you into boxing? Was it a father or uncle? Was it Calvin Ford? Or you just decided this is what you wanted to do?
Uh, it was my uncle, but my mom actually put me, like my mom and my stepdad actually put me into boxing. But my aunt, my mother's brother, my mother's sister was married to Hassan Rockman, and he went to camp one time. I was struggling because my father died. Not struggling, but like struggling with like attitude problems. So my mom was like, "Why is he just like lashing out on people?" So I went with him to a training camp versus I think Mascab or one of them in Las Vegas, and I just fell in love with the whole atmosphere. Getting up, studying tape, watching, eating, training, rest, doing it all again. And when I finally got back home from his whole camp, I just wanted to box.
Now, just tell the people you got a strong team, man. You know,
Yeah,
your uncle, you know, he's there for you, you know,
yeah.
and you know, he gonna make sure that everything goes according to plan. Your team, your training team, you know. So just talk to, you know, we hear a lot of fighters talk about they have a strong team behind them, but just let the people know as being a professional boxer what it means to have a strong team behind you.
Yeah, I got a very strong team. Like Blue said, I got my uncle. He do just like so many jobs that I really don't know what title to give him. But the main job is he my manager. My uncle Raheem, my coach Calvin, Coach Kenny, they my boxing coaches. My strength and conditioner is Bobby Sports. Uh, I have a lot of therapy. That's Bobby. My ice people is Coppin State University, so that's for my recovery. I got an amazing team. It's good to have an amazing team because this is not one of them things that you could do alone. I mean, you got to get in that fight alone. That's at the worst part. So, but other than that, you can't. You're not gonna make it alone. A lot of people say, "Oh, I did it by myself," or they ain't giving the credit to the people that's behind the scenes. Yeah, you fought by yourself, but leading up to that, you ain't. There's no way you did it by yourself. It's like to make me want to be what I want to be and a legend and a multi-champion is not gonna work by myself. So I put together an awesome team that not just want money or just do something. They really care for me and they've been here for a while and they showed me their loyalty and trust.
Yeah, I mean, I know I see a lot what your uncle do behind the scenes, man, and obviously I know
Yeah.
Alvin and stuff like that, man. So you know, you definitely got a strong team, man, and you got the will, you know, to make it to be great in the sport. But go ahead, Kurt.
I wonder how hard it is, in your own words, to balance being a professional fighter and just being a young dude that lives life every day to the fullest. Do you have people that try to deter you from training? Like you have a friend and they'd be like, "Nah, Chuck, man, let's do this. Let's go to this party, man. Train tomorrow." Or you're gonna have women come in as you keep winning and the distractions and stuff. Do you have problems balancing out your personal life and your professional life?
Oh no, no, not really, not really, because I was raised around like honorable people. I was raised around a lot of strong men. My mom is very strong. So I have a girlfriend, so I'm not worrying about really the girls. My girlfriend always here for me. If I don't never like any men think about other girls sometimes, but my girlfriend always here for me. So I don't really have to worry about the girl part. On friends, uh, I'm gonna be me regardless. It don't matter how much money I get. I'm gonna be me. I love clothes. I love having fun. I love family. I was never the party type. Like, only time you gonna see me at a party most of the time if it's an important person that we celebrating that day or if I'm getting paid. Other than that, I'm not really going in there because it don't really excite me. So that's not something that I would really call fun because it ain't something excite me. So I don't really have problems with that. And I feel like I always felt like hang around what you want to be around. Or why would it don't make sense for me to hang around a person that love the club because we don't love the same thing. So
Hmm.
that don't really make no sense. So for the most part, my friends just like me. They don't box, but I got cameraman. That's my best friend. I guy that loved business. He messed with the houses and stuff like that. So I never hang with somebody that wasn't like on the same goal or trying to do what I'm doing.
Now let me ask you, right? How does it feel when you get guys like Floyd Mayweather? They co-sign you. Obviously, Tank co-sign you. You know, Deontay Wilder co-sign you. You know, these dudes is already mega stars in the sport, and they like, man, that dude is the truth. You know, Devin Haney. You know, y'all young. You know what I mean? How does that feel? You know, just when you walk in the arena when you're not fighting and you just get the attention. How does that feel? Only being 19, man.
It's amazing because it's amazing and it's like 50-50 because you really don't have to do much to get the attention because it's already put on you by them people. But I worked hard for that. Like if everybody was to get that, then it wouldn't make me no special. Everybody don't get that, so obviously the work is paying off.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's pressure, but it's not really pressure for me because I believe in my skill, I believe in my talent, and I know how hard I work. But it's definitely 50-50 because your expectations higher. No, depending on the age. It don't matter how old I am. I'm 19. They'd be like, "Oh, he's 19," but these people, so it's a lot of expectations set high for me that I plan to achieve and plan to make them go higher.
Now, when you go to the gym, obviously, with in the same gym with Tank and you got Malik and there's a lot of y'all down there in the same gym, and then Devin Haney, you have a close relationship with Devin Haney.
Yeah.
So do y'all push each other?
Yeah, definitely. All the names you name, I think I'm the hard. I think I'm working the hardest. Me and Devin probably definitely. So when Tank trains, he's someone to reckon with. He's gonna push to the most extent. But obviously, like he said, not like just me saying it, but like also like he said, he don't train all the time. So it ain't like we going against each other all the time. It's kind of Malik pushes himself. Malik work very hard. He takes a little time off too. Everybody do take their little time off, but either me or Malik or me and Devin go hard. Me and Devin, we nagging on each other all day. Like we on top of each other back. You not better than me. I'm not trying to hit. You're not faster. You can't swing faster. Nothing. So yeah, definitely push each other. I feel like that's the best training. Nobody don't really like to train by themselves.
Right. Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, sure. Certain fighters wear a certain boxing glove. Are you like that type of fighter that wears certain boxing gloves you feel comfortable? Like certain fighters like horsehead gloves or the puncher glove. Certain fighters wear the winning glove. What glove do you prefer, if any?
I prefer a Grant. So when I was about 18 or 17, when I finally made that announcement that I was gonna go pro, I was messing with winning, and it was cool. Winning the wrist part come up a little high, but Grant made me my own special gloves that's molded to my hand, so it's like nobody can put my gloves on because they're special for me. I just fell in love with them, and they just punch. When I punch in them, my hands not hurting. I don't gotta worry about bracing my hands or bracing the punch. I can swing as hard as I want, turn my hand wherever I want. They just feel like a glove. So I feel like they really we got a great bond, and they made a special glove. They made all my gloves specially to my hand, so I love them.
Yeah, that's a good question. So you train with them on as well?
Yeah. So they made me 18s, 14s, and I get a new pair of 10 ounce every time I fight. So yeah, I train in all of them for the most part, and I spar in winning gloves because the great leather.
Yeah, that's funny. I wanted to ask you the difference because we see obviously I use Floyd Mayweather because everybody knows,
Yeah, definitely. He arguably the best ever.
Right. So he trains in winnings, but he fights in grants. So what's the difference? Could you just break down the difference for the people?
Well, me, the Grants, we fight in lower ounces. So the Grants lower ounces, they from Japan. These girls are from Japan. They ain't like specifically on boxing. They just Japanese people that make gloves. So the lower ounces, the risks come higher. So it's probably like less protective. Like you would be able to see my hand wrap coming out a little bit from the bot, like from my wrist with the winning gloves, and they're a little bit softer and like they don't have that stiffness that I need when I'm fighting in a pro with no headgear, like that tightness I need. But sparring 16 ounces, they the best by far. Soft level when you going 10, 12 rounds and you working on things, you don't want that heaviness or any of that. They the best like heavier ounce of gloves and sparring that I feel like it's a special type soft leather that they just make.
Now let me ask you. We see fighters like Deontay Wilder. He don't run. He he just swim. That's his form.
Yeah, I see that. I seen that.
Yeah, you do both, or what's your form of cardio?
I tried swimming not this last camp, but the camp before that. I don't have no problem with it, but I'm gonna run regardless. That's just how. When I fell in love with the sport, I always seen people run. I thought running always had to just be in my training. Like I feel like, and it's just a mental preparation, a mental release to run. And when you run, you just start thinking about a lot. You start to dream and start to imagine so many bigger things. So I will always love running, but swimming, I mean, I don't know, whatever works for him. He knocking guys out left and right, so shit worked for him. Hey, it worked for him. So I wouldn't say you need to stop or you need to start running, cause that nigga got a punch on him. But I don't like the runs that's 15 miles and all that. I don't believe that you gotta run like that. 5 miles is great, and sprints is great. I love sprints more than anything. It opens up the chest and give you that burst when you need it in the fight.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, so what do you say is your best asset overall? Is it your conditioning, your jab, combination punches, your defense, taking a shot? What you believe is your best asset in the ring?
I don't really know. Maybe my jab. I don't know. Somebody gotta tell me. I don't really know. I feel like depending on the opponent, I'm gonna bring out something more than the other. Sometimes in a fight, you might not see something at all. Like you might not see me move. I might don't have to move. Or the jab might not be there. I might don't have to use it, or the uppercut might not be there, or I might don't have to stand there. I could just box. So I don't really know. I don't want to. I always worked my whole life for not being a one-dimensional fighter. So I don't really know what's my best because I feel like I never got to show my best yet. So I really can't tell you what's the best.
And again, my peoples, man, if y'all don't understand, don't know who we got on, man, we got Lorenzo Truck Simpson on, man. The future of the sport of boxing, man. Go check him out. Make sure y'all check him out. Yo, Truck, let me ask you this, right? What you think about guys like Jerron Ennis?
I sparred Boots. Tremendous. Big 147. I say big because he roughly 6 foot, maybe 5'11", something like that. Yeah. He kind of big, but he not like big like he can't make the weight. He tall. He tall for that weight class, and he muscular, so he a big 147 in my eyes. I think all the young guys got something to prove. I'm ahead of like my class for us like 20 and lower, but them 22-year-olds and 23, I'm on that level too. But them we all gunning, we all hungry, we all came up fighting each other. So it's not like the guys now they picking fights and barely fighting each other. We not worried about who we fight. We not worried about an L or what. We just trying to fight and we trying to get money and just do the sport. We back to. I feel like the people that's coming is back to like the old boxing where we really loved the boxing. It wasn't really more so. Of course, we're gonna get money. Like that's what we are doing. We're gonna get money. We're gonna look nice. It's cool, but we still love the sport. I feel like some guys now just it ain't really. It's just getting money to them. It ain't. There's no love there.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Kurt.
Sure. Who you believe is the best 154-pounder? You know, I call that chalk and tested waters. Do you think it's Charlo, or it could just change on any night, in your opinion?
Yeah, that 150
In my opinion, it's a lot of one-dimensional fighters. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of fighters that's good at one thing. Julian, I think inside game. We don't know about his chin. Great. He a good fighter. Great fighter. Jared is very big. Uh, he showed that he could use his jab a little, but I don't see far as the boxing and all that, like moving his head. I ain't really see that too much in my opinion. But he big. He can win. I feel like he can win how he used to be. So I just feel like it's a lot of one dimensional. Charlo only power. That's in my opinion. I think I never seen Charlo jab or set up something. I mean, set up a jab or throw a combo for real. I just think power. I just think there's a lot of one-dimensional fighters that styles making these fights. So when you pair two of them together, you just see what style will come out better. But I don't see nobody that could just take it over. That's why it's so much shifting.
And you in that division, man. So you can make as long as they
I
stay.
can make a total impact.
Yeah, exactly.
Total impact.
Do you think that they'll stick around and give you that opportunity?
It's tough to say because you never know how they feel. I don't know what they do in camp. I don't know if it's hard for them to make the weight. But if they stay around, I know I'm gonna get the chance. So I'm definitely gonna take it by storm. But if they stay around, yeah. But if they don't, it's just gonna be a new group of people that I gotta beat, and I gotta show that I'm the best.
Now, Hurd is from down there in the DMV area. Is that that? I think that would be you and Hurd. That would be a big fight down there.
Yeah. Definitely, if it makes sense, I wouldn't go for her first just because he right here.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he this close. But hey, if he the man at the time and it makes sense, I wouldn't not fight him at all. I definitely wouldn't stop it at all. I would definitely fight him. It could be a big DMV fight. Crazy crowd, sold out.
Y'all ever spar?
Yeah, I sparred him one time.
What you think about Rosario and J-Rock fight? It's funny, right? Because Hurd had his homecoming fight and he lost.
And then it happened right back to him, right?
Yeah. He goes to Philly.
I don't know. I feel like Julian. I never seen Julian talk that much as he did and just be how he was. I don't know. Maybe it got to him, or maybe I don't know. It look like the Rosario guy can hit though. Like he can hit.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know somebody can hit, that means don't get hit really. Take the little shots and move away from the big ones. Slip the big ones. Get touched by the little shots. When you try to move away from every shot, you're gonna get hit with a big shot. So just catch the little ones, let the little ones touch a little bit, and move from the big ones. But he look like he can hit. I don't see it was nothing crazy. Like he just walking to him.
Mm-hmm. So out of those guys, who you think because they was talking about Jamel and J-Rock, and then now J-Rock obviously lost. Now Jamel called out Rosario. So, but J-Rock said that he might take the immediate rematch. You think that'll pan out? You think it's a bad style for him, or it's just a bad night?
I think it's a bad night. I don't think it's a bad style because I believe Hurd is bigger than Rosario. So if he could beat Hurd, I think Hurd is definitely the biggest in our division. If he could beat Hurd, I think he just had a bad night. So I think he could win if he fight him again. Definitely. I think he can beat Charlo, but I think Charlo can beat Rosario. So, hey.
And we can't leave out Tony Harris, man. That dude, that was
I love Tony Harris. I'm gonna be honest. He's a tremendous boxer. I just
Mm-hmm.
feel like maybe he need to go longer rounds in camp with harder spawn a little bit. Like he need to put a dog in him towards the end, fresh, towards the end during sparring in camp because his first 8 rounds is just like he beautiful, like slipping and picking shots and touching. It's just he always fade out or lose focus,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
that's just so it be so it'd be so devastating to see somebody look so beautiful and so sharp and win so much in the early rounds and just lose everything at the end. And that's
Mm-hmm.
2 fights in a row. That's him. That's 2 championship fights in a row. Cause her damn sure wasn't beating him, and
Mm-hmm.
Charlo damn near lost every damn round.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, staying in the 154-pound division, to piggyback off you two guys, I'm just making a statement. J Rock beats Gallimore. Gallimore knocks out Rosario. Rosario beat J Rock. And,
And
like,
and Lubin beat Gallimore.
Yeah.
yep. And I think Rosario is open for left hooks because that's how Gallimore knocked out Rosario. And you go back and look at the fight. He don't know what to do when you throw a left hook. And I just think that J Rock might have overlooked him. But that's the thing in boxing, that you can't do. I mean, as well as anybody that you can't overlook any opponent. So when you go into a fight truck, some fighters don't like to be around people. They get moody and they just want quiet, which is understandable. How are you? Are you like that, or it doesn't matter to you? You just like being around family when you're about to fight. Say like a week before you step into the ring. How's your mindset?
Week before, I definitely need family and fun people around. I can't be. I'm not one of them people. Oh, stare at my fighter. Think about killing him. Put an X over his face and all that unnecessary stuff. We gotta fight. We gotta fight. Whatever night that we gotta fight. So it doesn't even matter how intimidating I'm trying to look or trying to be. It ain't gonna make no difference because we both gotta get that ring. It's only gonna be 2 people right there. So I'm one of the people that just play. I like to enjoy myself, and the week of weight not suffering for weight not like hard for me where I be down or none of that. So but weight is one of them parts where like you don't do it every day, so you're gonna be a little like so you need somebody to uplift you. So I love family around. I'm not worried about the fight. I'm just trying to laugh, have fun, chill, just be focused, locked in, and be prepared for my night.
Yeah, I saw you. I was in the back room with you before your second to last fight, and you was relaxed. You was playing with the kids. You was joking. You was comfortable. So yeah, I saw him in the back room, man. He was relaxed and comfortable, man. So that's
Yeah, I like that. I like to chill, have fun. I ain't with all that fake too serious and all that. That's not me.
Now the piggyback off what Kurt said. How was your diet though leading up to the fight?
Diet. I go into a lot of vegetables. I don't really eat that too much junk outside of camp. So when I get in camp, it's none at all. It's just like all mostly natural things. I don't eat beef or pork anyway in my regular diet. So in my regular lifestyle, I don't eat beef or pork. So 2 weeks out, I cut off the chicken and just eat fish and vegetables for real. And I always cut out all the starch because that's things that stick. But for the most part, that's it for real. And a lot of water. I drink a whole gallon a day, so a lot of water. Flush my system, keep my system clean, keep me strong as you can.
Go ahead, Kurt.
What is your walking around weight in between fights?
75, 175. I stay in that like 70 to 75 in that area. Stay right there.
So do you weigh yourself like a certain amount of days?
2 weeks out. 2 weeks out. Finally getting start to cut a little bit.
Oh, you breaking up. Is that me?
No, that's not you, bro.
That's me?
No,
That's your phone truck?
Oh no, it just sounds staticky.
Yeah. Sounds static. Yeah, I'm hearing my echo.
Yeah, so where's that again? It's only Deontay.
You good now?
Still here. It's when you talk.
Oh, try to go out and come back in. Is that me?
You're clear, Blue.
Okay. So if y'all don't know, man, again, while he get ready to come back in, we got Lorenzo Truck Simpson, man, absolute beast, man. Hey, Kurt, man, he's such a dog, man.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see the future, his career, where he's going to land, just want him to work hard, and the talent will come out more and more. He's very young, and can't wait, man. I mean, you don't want to look down the road, but human nature, you always do, when you see a young promising fighter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And dedicated, man. Dedicated to the sport. I see a lot of these guys on the outside, it look like they're dedicated, but on the inside, they're not dedicated, man. He's dedicated to the sport, and man, that's all you need, man. You know what I'm saying? Dedication to the sport is a huge part of being successful. That's a huge part. Let me see. I might have to send him the link again. Okay, Kurt, you could cook. Let me try to send him the link again.
Yeah, I'm just looking in the chat, thanks for everybody coming. We got Lorenzo Truck Simpson, I see World Bag, saying Crawford with beach Spence. I always told people that, that's just my opinion. I like both fighters a lot, Crawford and Spence. I'm both fans of theirs, but I like Crawford by a late round TKO over Spence. I just want Spence to come back and be himself again. That's going to be very difficult being in the car crash. The more time he take off, the better it will be for his body. I don't know who Spence is going to fight, but I'm hearing stories about Pacquiao, and I would want him to take a tune up because Manny's too dangerous of a fighter, So there's a lot of good fights to be made. So I'm expecting a big year. Um, you know, I think Chisora is fighting Usyk. I heard the boys is fighting Joe Joyce.
Joyce, yeah.
At the O2 Arena.
I think Daniel Dubois gonna knock out Joe Joyce, Kurt.
Yeah, me too. He's too slow.
Too slow.
He's too slow. But you know what though? I haven't heard anything about Lomachenko and people. I don't know if they're cheating in our raps. I mean, first I thought they were going to fight in April. I heard April 18th. Now I heard it's going to be pushed back to May. So I don't know, but I haven't heard anything, about it. Usually in boxing, when you don't hear nothing, that's when the fights are made. So, I'm really looking forward to that one. Mikey Garcia. So, we got some fights lined up, but, let's just see what happens, the summer and the third quarter of the year. I don't know who else is going to fight next. Everything is a mystery. Everything is a mystery, but
that Tevin Farmer Jojo Diaz fight, I'm interested in that tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Yes indeed. I like Diaz over Farmer. I don't think Farmer's too good. I was never impressed about Farmer. He's gonna have to box you like he's never boxed before. I'm expecting Diaz to win, but you have to know what's going on with Diaz because he has some out of the ring problems, so that's always a factor. But who knows? Diaz hasn't looked good in his last couple of fights, but I still like him. So let's see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, I like I think Diaz is going. I think Tevin Farmer is going to win, Kurt, because I remember Gary Russell, and Tevin Farmer is not as fast as Gary Russell, but he uses his feet more than Gary Russell. And remember, Gary Russell was outboxing Diaz for the first half of that fight easy. and then he just decided to sit in the pocket. Gary Russell did, and I didn't understand that. So if Tevin Farmer is never one to just sit in the pocket, and so I think that he's going to frustrate Diaz with all that movement, and I could see, at times it getting a little out of hand and a little, physical, just because he's going to be using the ring a lot. Diaz going to get frustrated, So, but I believe that Tevin Farmer going to win because I think that, regardless of the crowd booing and stuff like that, he's going to stick to the game plan and he'll move. He's just going to utilize as much of the ring as possible. And I just think Diaz's feet are just too slow, man. The difference is I think that Gary Russell have more pop than Tevin Farmer. So that might have been keeping Diaz at bay. I think Gary Russell surprised him with his power. He had more power than he originally thought. And so he was more hesitant to just bull his way in to Gary Russell. And I don't think Tevin Farmer have that power. So if Tevin Farmer can't keep him at bay, then it could get ugly. But he's usually in shape and condition. So I think that he could dance around for, majority of the fight and frustrate Diaz. So that's how I see it playing out. And as far as Joe Joyce, Kurt, I think that Joe Joyce is so slow, man. I rewatched the Brian Jennings fight with Joe Joyce, Kurt, and I was like, Brian Jennings this shouldn't even been a fight, man. How was that even a fight? Like Brian Jennings had the speed advantage. He's more athletic. Like I don't even know how that he would. You remember when Brian Jennings was jabbing Joe Joyce to the body? He kept jabbing him to the body, jabbing him to the body, jabbing him to the body. Man, he was getting out. He was countering him. And Joe Joyce was too slow, man. Joe Joyce started using all of these types of. He was like, you seen him like winding his hand up and putting his hand straight up and then trying to throw. Like I was confused. I'm like, what is this dude doing? And then Brian Jennings landed 2 left hooks to the body, Kurt, in the first round. Boom, boom. And Joe Joyce was hunched over for the rest of the round, man, and Brian Jennings didn't capitalize on it, man. I was so disappointed. I thought he could have capitalized, but I just can't see Joe Joyce standing up today and do balls, Kurt.
No, he's gonna get knocked out. He's just too slow, man. And the voice I like the voice. He's up and coming, man. He's a real prospect, So I expect that fight to go about 5 or 6 rounds before the boys start loading and boom. It's going to be a bunch of punches, So that's my prediction. But getting back to the Farmer fight, if he's not patient, he's going to lose because Farmer has that style. I always like fighters with football, but Diaz is going to have to stay patient, So tomorrow we'll see. I want to see what happens. Andrade win. Will we call out Charlo and stuff to fight? So. Tomorrow, fight card Thursday night. It's gonna feel like old school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's exciting to me, man. I truly can't wait for this fight tomorrow night. I think Demetrius Andrade is gonna outclass Keeler. This dude Keeler is talking. They all talk a good game. They all talk that they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. That sounds good, but I don't see it happening. How you see that fight going, Kurt?
Man, Andrade should not get rid of this dude, man. Andrade got to show the killer instinct, man. We know he can box, but opponents like this, you got to make a statement, get him out of there, man. So I'm gonna say Andrade 10th round TKO. If he don't knock this dude out, then I don't know what to say, man. But Andrade about to 10th round knockout. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree, man. Andre need to go ahead and close this show fairly early. And then he's talking about Eddie Hearn said that they're gonna call out. Did you see Eddie Hearn showed the emails that he showed the emails and said that he sent them the offer and things of that nature and for Charlo. And that and that he said that Charlo originally responded and gave him the thumbs up, the okay sign, and then told him that he was gonna reach out to Al, and then Al get back to him, and then he didn't get back to him, so on and so forth. Did you see that?
I heard about it. I didn't see it. I somebody was reporting it. I'm hearing, they're making Charlo's offers and he's turning them down. I don't know what to believe, but that's one thing though about Eddie Hearn. He will offer money, so it's not out the realm of possibility. He offered Charlo money. He, has a thing for American fighters. He overpays them, and that's his fuck record. I can't fuck with him there. So I don't really believe, but I'm not going to say Eddie Hearn is lying. I'm not going to say he tells the truth either. But I could see him offering Charlo money. He gave Farmer a nice contract. He gave Mikey Garcia a nice contract. Andrade, they all making money. So it's not a question of Hearn lying about that. He just talks a lot of hot air. But, Hearn says, I want to sign you to a contract. That I could see him doing. So, I don't know. I don't know about Charlo, man. I just have doubts. It's just something that don't sit well with me when it comes to him. I don't know what it is, but these fights should be made. He has opponents now. He has Eubank, Deverenchenko, and Deverenchenko is the number one, I think, defender in the WBC. It would be mandatory. And he has, we just mentioned, Andrade. So if he doesn't fight any of these guys and he continues to fight the Dennis Hogans of the world and the Adams of the world, then something's wrong, man. He has to fight these guys. It's time to step up.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you about this, Kurt. Shawn Porter came out. He said that he beat Errol Spence in that fight, and that if Errol Spence is the boogeyman, then he's the candy man. He said because they refused to say his name. Me personally, my thoughts is I think that he's trying to force put Errol Spence in a position to accept the fight. And a lot of people took it like he's saying Errol Spence is scared of him. He said that he's not mentioned his name. He wanted the immediate rematch, obviously. He felt like he won the fight. What's your thoughts on that, Kurt?
That's a close fight. He deserves a rematch. Thurman, Shawn Porter is a tough fight for anybody, man. I don't know what Earl going to do. He could fight Manny or Terrence, but Shawn is in a good position, man, because even in the loss, he gained a moral victory. I picked him to be TKO'd at 8. Boy, was I wrong. Shawn Porter, with his performance, earned that. He's an elite fighter, but, he can fight you guys, he's in a good position because he can demand rematches with everybody. He can call out Danny Garcia and be like, let's rematch since you think you won or the fight was close, or Errol Spence, he'll take the Errol Spence fight though, because he just might beat Earl in their rematch. That's how close it was. He got caught with that left hook. But he could beat him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought the knockdown in the 11th round, and then I thought Errol clearly won the 12th round. I felt like Earl won the money rounds, and that separated himself. That knockdown was a 10-8 round. That's 2 points. And then I thought that he clearly won the 12th round. So that's 3 rounds right there. So if you had it a draw going into the 11th round, then and the nod would go to Errol. So how did you have it scored?
I had it 1 point for Earl, but we had a couple of swing rounds, but the knockdown really did it, especially a fight that close. But if somebody had it a draw, because I had it a draw, then I went back and rewatched it and had Earl. But Shawn impressed me, even in the loss, man. He really did, because he was making Earl look stupid at times with his footwork. He was popping Earl with the jab, man. He would give him angles, man. I didn't know Shawn had it in him like that, man. The way he looked. And I said, you know what, they fight again. Shawn may tweak a couple things, and he can beat Earl. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
And we all jumped on the bandwagon. Shawn is dead to Earl, and he gonna get massacred. Even me, I was like, he gonna knock Shawn out, and we all underestimated Shawn,
Remember I said, Kurt, I said that ain't gonna happen. Remember I said it won't be a knockdown. I said it'll be
right.
I said it'll be one knockdown, no knockout, and he ain't gonna dog walk him. I knew it because Shawn has so much of a chip on his shoulder when it comes to Earl. Sometimes your will, when it comes to that fighter, it's just gonna will you through just because there's so much outside the ring, so much chatter. You know what I mean?
Yep. And I underestimate him, man. I watched the fight, and the more I watched it, the more impressed I was with Shawn, man. I said, man, this dude is a tough out. Fighting Shawn Porter is like getting gum out of a woman's hair. It's just a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's strong, he's athletic, and he has skill, but there's all the physical attributes. He outboxed Danny Garcia. He gave Keith Thurman hell broke. I mean, he's just a tough out, man.
Mm-hmm.
And, this is his style. A lot of people can cope with his style.
Salute to my brother Matthew Valentine in the Super Chat. He said Errol Spence beat Porter and will beat him again in the Super Chat. Salute. Natasha Bass, salute. Who we got? Joe Brown, what's good? Joe Brown, where you been at? Check Hook, what's good? Jimmy Boxing, salute. My brother Bish, B Megastar in the building. What's good with you, Bish? Eric Bowden, salute. Sabrina Macklin, peace and blessings to you, Queen. How you doing? 704 Joe, salute. Macadon 1, salute to my peoples, man. Yeah, Kurt, PA player, salute. So Truck is having his phone died, so Ray Luger, salute. His phone died. Abu Khalik Harrisel, what's good with you? Jewels of Life, salute. His phone died, so we'll just keep cooking, Kurt. So I definitely feel like he's a tough out, man, and I think that the fight with him and Terrence Crawford would be real interesting. And here's the thing, with all this talk of their friendship, Kurt, do you think? And I know that they're professionals, but do you think we'll see the same version of Shawn Porter against Terrence Crawford that we saw against Errol Spence? Is he going to give that same output? Now, we know Shawn Porter don't half-step when it comes to boxing. But when it's somebody, you don't have that relationship with Errol, so there's a different type of aggression. You think he'll have that same type of aggression? Now, he's going to try to win the fight. He's going to still be that dog. But you think he's still going to have that deep down oomph that he had for Errol Spence in the Crawford fight?
Yeah, because once that fall, that friendship goes out the window. You fight as gladiators, and once that bell ring, man, it's gonna be like piece of meat. You're gonna see Terrence Crawford as that. They can shake hands later. It happened with Simon Brown and Maurice Blocker. They were like brothers. They were very close friends. And,
you faded out, Kurt.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. When that bell rings,
you sound far away.
Hold on a second. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, look, you still sound like speakerphone or something.
Wait a minute, give me a minute.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you clear.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But, when that bell rings, Storm gonna look at Terrence Crawford like a piece of meat, because he's a gladiator, and that's what's gonna happen. The same thing happened with Simon Brown and Maurice Blocker, and after the fight, then they can shake hands. But I think once the bell rings, Terrence gonna go at him too, so that fight has to be made. It's gonna, they both dogs, man. And I think no matter how close you are with Shawn Porter, once that bell rings, he's going to revert back to what he knows. His instinct. He's a fighter, and so I want to see that fight. You know, forget the white stuff, but I don't think we're going to see it, though. It doesn't look like we're going to see it. But, you know, I want to say this. You know, people think that Earl, and I want this to happen. I hope I'm wrong. People think that after the accident, Earl's going to come back and be the same. He may not be the same at a couple of fights. He may not be the same at all. I don't want to see that happen. But I have known fighters who've been in airplane wrecks and car wrecks, and they wasn't the same. You know, but that's why Manny Pacquiao, Shawn Porter, and Danny Garcia, you know, Garcia and Pacquiao, they become more aggressive now. Anthony Richard, they wasn't aggressive talking about Errol Spence before the accident because they smelled blood. Because they know as a fighter, you can't be no car wrecks and come back and think you're going to be 100%. You may lose, you may be 97% or 95%, but 3 or 5% could be a hindrance with Errol Spence, and it could just give fighters confidence. So, you know, if he comes back and fight Manny Pacquiao, Earl, that's a dangerous fight because him being in that car accident, he just closed the gap. He just closed the gap. You know, so Danny ain't want nothing to do with Earl. Manny either. But now they talking. So they sense something. They sense it. We don't know what Earl is in the ring, but you know, Earl is not a robot, man. You know, when you look at that crack, I'm like, I'm glad he's alive. But you know, I told people before Trump came on, I had a premonition. The premonition was I've seen Earl getting off the canvas. That's all I'm saying. I've seen it.
Yep. You know, it's a strong possibility, man, because we look at these dudes, man. Sometimes, Nelson Santos, salute. JJ Smith, salute. We look at them sometimes as, like I said, you know, before you came on, Kurt. You know, they help us escape reality. Caesar T, Christopher Broughton, salute. They help us escape reality. Aaron Edwards, salute. You know, and so we tend to look at them in a fictional state, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? We look at them at in a state where, you know, it's not reality, right? So we overlook the fact that they're human beings like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And that gets lost. So we automatically assume that Errol is going to be the Errol we saw in the ring with Shawn Porter and Mikey Garcia, right? You know, we don't think that they can have the common cold. They can have a hand injury, a foot injury, you know, just the slightest things. We don't even take that into consideration. You know what I'm saying? We automatically assume. And like you said, Kurt, we just don't know what version of Errol we're going to get. Now, that's scary to think about. And it's because it's scary to think about that we don't like to think of it in that manner. You know, so we just automatically assume that he's going to be 1,000%. And hopefully he is. Hopefully he is. You know, how do you see a fight with Errol and Manny playing now, Kurt?
Before I had Earl winning easy, man. But now, I don't know. I think it's a very dangerous fight, fighting Pacquiao, man. I mean, it's close now. I had a winner before, you know. But see, this is what happens when you do something you ain't supposed to do, and you're a fighter. You can't do nothing stupid to hinder your career, man. You can't, you know. And I don't know. I don't know. I have to really think about it. It's a 50-50 fight now to me. Manny is still dangerous. He's a great fighter that's been fighting A-level fighters. So it's a glass of water for him. It's nothing. You know, this is a big fight for Earl. I mean, a big, big fight. You know, super fight. And we don't know how he's going to react physically or mentally. So I don't know. But him being in that car crash, man, it just made it bad for his career because now people are chopping at the bit to get to him because they see a wounded dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's how fighters can. They can be wrong. I can be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope Earl comes back 100%. But I don't know, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a mixture, a couple of things. Roderick Corners, Caesar T. Who else we got? We got Sonny's Boxing Talk. He said on this. No, we'll have the phone lines open tomorrow, man. Salute to y'all, man. I think it's a mixture of things too. I think it's I think people feel like he was exposed in the Shawn Porter fight as well. I think that people, look at that fight and say he showed chinks in the armor. He's vulnerable. And then, like you said, along with this situation that he suffered, it's like he's ripe for the picking. Because I've never heard this many people wanting to just chomping at the bit to jump in the ring with him. Talib Cunningham, salute. You know what I mean, Kurt? So I think that you're right. I think you're onto something.
Yeah, because all of a sudden they become aggressive, especially Danny Garcia. I watch Danny.
You faded away again, Kurt.
Oh, it's like Danny Garcia. He's so aggressive now. I'm talking about Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao. When Manny Pacquiao was in a ring, he didn't say nothing about fighting Errol Spence. It was Earl being the aggressor. But now, it's like it just turned around. Manny, be like, I want all y'all now.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, I just don't feel comfortable with the situation with Errol Spence. I really don't, man. And people estimating that that car crash, like he's going to come in the ring with a blue and red Superman suit on with a red cape. Doesn't work like that.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Finesse, Urban Gutierrez, salute. Matthew Valentine, salute in the super chat. He said, projecting before we even see EJ return, ? Psychic, ? No, it's not that we projecting how he's going to be. Obviously, we all projecting it because just like you just said, Matthew, you basically saying that in your mind, you think that he's going to be 100%. He's going to be the same version you saw before this situation. So that's a projection as well. So that's a case of looking into the future and projecting what you think. You just projecting it in the manner of you believe you're going to see him in the same version that he was before this situation took place. So either which way, it's the same situation because, like you said, psychic moment. You don't know either. So neither one of us, nobody knows. And we're not saying that if we guaranteeing it. We're saying that it's a Jason A. Salute. We're saying that it's a possibility you don't come back to be 100%, 1,000%. You find we call it in the hospital. When I worked in the hospital, it's you find a new 100. In football, we say the same thing. When you suffer an injury in football, One King, salute. When you suffer, my brother Bishby Megastar knows this too. In football, when you suffer an injury and things of that nature, you say you never come back the same. You find a new 100. You see what I'm saying? So, that's just the case. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? So I know Matthew said he was talking about saying that Porter's going to beat him. Either, it was a close fight before this situation, so you got to think it's going to be now. It's interesting to see because I personally believe that we're going to get the same version of Shawn Porter. He is who he is, right? How much tweaks is he going to make at this point in time in his career? Mr. Finesse, salute. But I think that Errol Spence, Andrew Perry Jr., salute. I think that Errol Spence can make more adjustments to his game. He can make adjustments more at this point in time than I think Shawn Porter can. Kenneth Johnson, salute. Because I feel like at this point in time, when you're so far in, right, how many real changes can you make? For instance, Jared Hurd, right? We see him with new trainers. a new game plan. You saw him resort back to that same old game plan at points in time. You saw him thinking, right? Because it wasn't natural. We saw her thinking so much in the ring because it wasn't natural. So he started to resort back to his old self. Right, Kurt? Am I right?
Absolutely, man. That's not who he is, man. That's not who he is. He doesn't look comfortable. You know, he can fight the same way, but this changed some things, man. You know, he was trying out new things, and you know, and that can be a hindrance to his fighting the top level fighters. That's not who he is.
Right.
So he wasn't comfortable. He was still getting hit and trying new things at the same time.
Mm-hmm. The real McCoy, salute. What's shaking with you, bro? Yeah, I just think that it just wasn't natural, man. You know, so Mark Spears, Jay Grant, salute. So, you know, Woolback, what's good with you? So, you know, sport of boxing is interesting, man. Matter of fact, hey Kurt, tomorrow when we do the show, what time the fight start?
Oh wow. I don't even know. Somebody gotta look that up real quick.
Yeah, because it's on the zone, so and it's Super Bowl weekend, so it might start around 7:30. So we might end up stopping right before the fights. Salute to Jason H in the super chat. He said, "Blue, salute. At the end of the day, I just hope all boxers make it out the ring back to their families healthy and peace." Yeah, I agree with you, bro. You know, I'm with that sentiment. You know, Patrick Davis, a close friend of mine. So y'all know, man. Bro, Corbin, salute. I knew that kid since he was young, man. So, you know, I know. But yeah, Kurt. So what? And we might go right before the fights, because you know, let me look at the zone, because they, you know, the zone they start early, and remember the zone show the undercards too, so they'll be on early. We'll have Truck Simpson back on next Wednesday, man. We're gonna do a call in so everybody could call in and ask some questions, things of that nature. We should have some special guests on tomorrow as well. So let's go ahead, Kurt, and close this out, man. I didn't even know it was 7:15, man.
Oh, me neither. Man, it's been great. We have Truck Simpson on. You know, thanks for the chat for showing up, man, and you know, Blue, another banger. You know, we got some fights tomorrow. You know, we gotta check the times because you're right, the undercards and everything. You know, I'm just talking about fights. I want to see Andrade and Palmer and Diaz fight tomorrow. Should be a very good one. Mm-hmm. You know, my name is Curtis Anderson, aka Kurt Sugar, and we will see you tomorrow.
Hey, Kurt, and I just realized the fights tomorrow. What happened to the weigh-ins?
They happened today.
They did? I missed it?
Yeah, I had a notification. You can go back and look at it. I had a notification, so they had the weigh-in today. Wow.
Natasha Bass said, "Who's fighting tomorrow? Demetrius Andrade and Keeler, Tevin Farmer and Jojo Diaz, and then you got the YouTube fighters fighting. And then Saturday we got Mike Dallas and Yordanis Ugas too, Kurt."
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to that one. I like Ugas in that fight. You know, I'm surprised Mike Dallas is still around, but I like Ugas.
Yep, exactly. So let's get up out of here. Adam Cram, salute to each and every one of y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share the videos. That's all we got for y'all. Peace.
Peace.